honestly, if you want to talk about mentality and what can happen in this regard, that is the worst start you're going to get for TSM, in the fact that you just got battered by a frenzy. Any CS player will know how annoying CZs are, let alone a frenzy now, and to have that just thrown in your face by an Overwatch player bouncing through your wall. This is great. I love to see it because it's just like, I know that they'll be tilting on this. I know they'll be mad off the back of that.
That's 3 for 3 in pistol rounds. Like, you have not won a pistol round in this matchup. Sentinels are rolling. Now you got Shazam buying up to the Phantom double shorties. The shotguns are coming out on defense. They're going to try and hold the tight angles. And already Zombs just runs through the smoke. Headshots of Rosen is going to steal the orb.
The other side of the coin, if they get overconfident, they could get punished, but it looks the buy they're up against is very light, but they're feeling it. They're feeling the game, and that's the most dangerous thing you're gonna get, honestly.
When you're on Jet, you can do something with this shorty. When you're on Sova, well, you're hoping someone comes in and peeks you and you can steal their weapon. Sinatra might be the first one to come in, but again, it is Wardell against 5. And he has the worst gun in the game for this position. They look like they're just going to leave the site, let him keep his 200 credits, and he will catch Shazam, who actually has the Phantom. So that is a huge kill. Does he know about it? He's going to try and sneak over to the
that's
site.
Cheeky.
Not going to be able to get it off, and that means he will not have an assault rifle moving forward. That could have been costly for the Sentinels if Wardell survives. Instead, they go up 2-0, and, well, Shazam's going to be a little poor, but the rest of the team feeling great.
I like the idea. Again, even if he kept that rifle over, it wouldn't have mattered. He was going to go up to the AWP anyway. Yeah, it might have saved him a bit of money, but I liked to see if he could get maybe a sneaky ninja defuse. I don't think I've even seen like an actual ninja defuse in this game yet. I don't mind that. Now, the actual purchase coming out from Sentinels, or the leftovers, should I say, is pretty strong. They've jumped up towards those Phantoms, but that op. Wardell, it's time to do some work, buddy. Let's get that reputation going again. Let's get what everyone gets hyped about being able to be seen here.
Wardell's over on the A site, and he is going to get the call, we need help at B. Did they see anything, or is it just a feeling? Either way, after no early action down short, they'll be in position to stop this. Owl drone coming out from Shazam as he is going to send out his bot to get the information. Spots one, potentially both. And will he be able to move off of it? Here comes Sinatra. He's going to lead the charge, but Drone fully Flash is able to trade it out. Dapper is there, and Wardell is going to answer with the operator kill. So finally, defense with an advantage. That was until Shazam finds the headshot.
Okay, Hazed is still there, though. Nice position from Hazed. Good trade. Better trade from Dapper to come back in. He's going to put Cutler in so much of a bad scenario. Look at that. Instantly overwhelmed, can't do much. The flank from Sabrosa could be good. I don't think they're considering it yet. Shazam is going to have to now, but it's on the angle. Will Sabrosa check? He does, but he thought he'd be up on those, on the boxes rather than down on the ground. So Shazam closes out well, and a close round, but a win nonetheless for the Sentinels. And this game's starting to look a bit dangerous here. It's going to keep the economy a little bit lower. They can do a light buy, maybe down to, you don't want to go below 2K, really. 1.9 is as low as you want to get, but Cutler going pretty heavy on that. But I guess Cutler hasn't had much to work with. 0-3 so far. A little rough of a game from him, and I was getting excited for the prospect of Cutler becoming a, you saw those clutches just,
he was so good yesterday.
He was great. I'm a bit worried that he's just, not having that game today, and that's such a shame because that was such a big win point and something that I was really looking forward to here.
So far for Cutler, he's sitting on 4 kills for the entirety of this match, the first 2 games. Yes, it is early here in Bind, but those are uncharacteristically low numbers for the Cypher. Wardell trying to survive, had the shorty up tight, but he is forced back by Sick, and Sick is going to find 2 of his buddies. They're outgunned. They're expected to lose this round, but every kill matters for the economy in the long term. And we'll see what the Silva can do. Absolutely nothing as Sick finds his third. They're going to ease their way onto the A site. Of course, they've already got that locked down by Zombs, and it's going to be a retake attempt coming through CT. Shut down. Last man standing. Good luck, Mr. Hayes.
TSM I wish you could call timeouts in this game. They need something. They need to stop this. Sick's so good. I mean, everything they're doing is just working. And for TSM, you've got to reset somehow because they're getting run over. There's the answer they're going to go for. This is their idea. This is their theory. It's the double op, and it's incredibly powerful. It's probably one of the biggest wins that you can have in this game, right? We talk about how powerful it is, how OP it is. You know, I want to see that now. Can they handle a team who's got very high confidence? They've got a decent composition with someone who's very good at entering. Here, Sinatra. There's a lot of things that could work against it, but I'm excited to see what they do with this double op now.
Yeah, as you saw in the last round, it was just a raw buy. They were saving every credit possible so that they could stack up to the double ops here.
Do we have a fun pretend technical pause?
Uh-oh.
Have they done it?
Uh-oh.
If this is from TSM, like in production, just confirm what this pause is, because it's making me smile if it is the case.
Are you thinking mental booming right now? What are you expecting here, Pansy?
Look. I don't know if it's the case, and I'm gonna just say,
Be the first tinfoil hat on Reddit. We'll let you play the persona.
There's a chance, and I doubt it, but I mean, back in the day in online games, your keyboard might suddenly disconnect when you need a tactical timeout, and then you're okay. You know, I'm just saying that could have been the case. I don't know if it is, but as I said, I'm just having a bit of fun with it. But here's some aggression over towards Long. This is a big start. Although you just ate that flash bucket.
Again, able to trade out through. Sinatra finds Hazed, but Drone is there, and Wardell is going to find a second. So defenders with an advantage, and TSM are going to be clean on these ops. So Rosa finds Zombs, and for the first time, the buys are definitely working out, and they are in control of the round. Spike in the middle of the map, and it's just going to be Dapper working on opposite sides with Shazam, looking for an early pick, get some info, and then work off of it. But you have an op on both sites. Wardell is going to be watching exactly where Dapper's trying to push them, and Shazam is going to run through Sub Rosa, who misses wide right. So a little bit of life still here for the Sentinels. It's a 2v3. You got 51 seconds left. And they think that it may be an A push. If Shazam keeps rotating in this direction, it's just going to be Wardell they have to get through. There's a Cyber Cage up available for Dapper. And of course, the Sova could hit him with some shock darts at range. Wardell just keeping his crosshair on this corner, waiting for any peek. If he sees the tip of Dapper's gun, he's going to know exactly where it's at, and everyone will be able to stack here.
Two players here for now. Here come the ultimates. Wardell's still on patrol, trying to keep eyes on this. Let's see if there's any play. You've got 15 seconds. They've got to make their move. Wardell is still just pinning them to this. Surely they're going to see. Cypher's got through towards site. There it is. Wardell on patrol. Not going to let it happen. Big confidence boost for him there. 3 kills that round. And the double ups, yes, a costly investment, but it makes sense.
And this is how you get back in the game, right? You got Subrosa, who is a great sniper, missed one shot against Shazam, but I'm not going to hold that against him. And then Wardell hitting all 3 of his. That definitely will not be a problem as he follows up at close range with the curveballs. Heavy beat.
Trying to get in their face a little there. Can fall away to a new angle. He's got his safety net over on Long, so he's not going to get pinched in that. Nice timing on the ult here. This could be good. It could isolate some players. It could try and slow down this hit.
Drone holding strong at Long. They didn't check the corners, and he's able to punish 2. So strong defense, but here comes the attackers. Out Hookah. That Molly is not going to allow any peeks from the operator. And out comes Sinatra. He is going to be the one flooding deep into sight. Meanwhile, you can see it's going to be an elbow push coming in from Cutler. Drone holding his own is going to get a full flash, but it's Dapper who finds the headshot through it, and Dapper finds a third. Cutler goes down, and all of a sudden it's just some Rosa. As what a round. The 3 remaining attackers get the job done after flooding through Hookah.
Okay, 5-1. We have a little hit towards that scoreboard if you get a sec there, observers. Just have a little kind of look at how things are shaking down. Money's mismatched, of course. Hazed and Cutler not having the good games at all yet. A little rough for them. 1 kill so far between the 2 of them. So their money's could be a little bit less than ideal. Of course, money on the swing now, coming back up for the Sentinels just after that round. But this is the scary thing. If you're depending on double ops to get you that round, you can't afford that every round. So we've got to see how they make it work in these more. I don't want to say that's a normal buy. It's not. You've got 2 players basically on Sheriffs, but on a less than ideal buy. And it looks like they've gone for a bit more of an assertive, aggressive stance towards Hookah, trying to put, you know, a bit of a player up there as an early warning signal, which might be the Sage on the Sheriff. But for now, this default might feel this out. We'll have to see how they approach it on the attacking side.
Yeah, Cutler is the other one with just a Sheriff in hand, and he is going to be playing deep on bench, it looks like. We will see Zom slowly making his way through bathrooms as everyone else is going to be moving through short A. They love to stack up. So Broza, he's got the molly ready, camera, and of course the dart coming out gives him the info he needs. They are heading on in. Smokes are down. He's going to be fully blocked off, and they're just trying to buy time as the rest of the squad rotates. But this spike should be going down any moment.
Cutler could do some work from Shower here. They haven't fully cleared it, so I think they're trying to keep that in mind. Sage is going towards it now. Oh, he's gone down. Sick just finds him, knowing where the weakness may be. So Broza tries to do the damage, but no, the site's being held. It's being controlled so well. Sinatra showing how it's done, these post plants. It looks like they've tried to put in that work that was missing before. The A hits were good last time around, remember. They weren't able to hold in the post. Now with 3 players left against them, I don't know how they're going to play this back in for the TSM side.
This was a weakness for the Sentinels yesterday, was holding the site after planning. So far, it's just Wardell chiming in with the snipe from above, but he had to be brought back to life earlier by Hayes. And he is going to be found by Shazam. This is Sentinels round. Hayes knows it. Keep my weapon. Thought about going up to get that off. Instead, he's just going to stay alive as he pushes back into spawn. So far, Hayes and Cutler have been 100% shut down in this matchup by the Sentinels. Sentinels just, they get to pick and choose. Which site do we want to go crush on?
I like this from Sinatra in the post plant, him being kind of the forefront player, so still keeping that pressure so high with the Phoenix. That's why I like him on the Phoenix, if I'm honest. And top fragging as well as arguably an entry fragger is actually pretty hard. I think if anyone's ever had to be an entry fragger, you hate your teammates, but you got to do it. And he's just making it look pretty good so far. The economy's been shattered once again in this mismatch. That's why you're seeing Hayes on the buy here to try and even out the economy a little bit. And maybe he can do something. Maybe he can get aggressive with it, try and make a little bit of a cheesy play happen. So far, no information found. You can see them sitting pretty deep on this somewhat default for the Sentinels. Gonna head in with that owl drone, get a bit of info. They know where one is, and there we go. Sinatra instantly on the push. Doesn't find immediate success, but the pressure is high, and he's gonna draw out that little bit of utility the defensive side has, and it's not a great deal.
And not only does the drone scout out Sub-Rosa, but it also tells you what weapons are being played over at A. After you find out it's just a Sheriff, you are feeling so confident with these Phantoms at range, but they don't want to push up. They don't want to make it easy on the defenders. You still have a minute left, so they're going to work towards these orbs, get some free ultimate charge, and then eventually make their decision. But look at the defense, starting to get aggressive. Hazed, of course, still with the Phantom as he was able to save last round. His teammates are just on the ghost, but Sub-Rosa finding the headshot on Zubs is huge. Can he find Sinatra? Nope. Wallbang comes through, and down goes one for each side.
Cutler can snake a kill here. Again, though, with Sinatra getting good understanding of how deep they can go on this one. That nice little push up. You got Dapper watching the back, just super kind of passive, and just waiting for him to push through. Drone does, and he's getting found. It's pretty clinical so far. I think that honestly, it looks like the Sentinels have done their homework. Wardell, though, there's your danger man, but only on 8 HP. Bucket, I don't think it's enough.
He is able to get 2. But again, low health for both him and Cutler is going to be tough. Unless you're facing an off, as long as Shazam keeps missing, you got a chance. And Wardell is going to find a 3rd coming out. Shorty won't be able to land as it's Dapper clutching up once again for the Sentinel. Shazam's going to keep his operator, and a 7-1 score is going to be pretty darn good. Sentinels favoring on defense, of course, but so far their attacks have been absolutely unpunished. They have been so clean. And this feels like a different team that we saw even yesterday when I was impressed by them.
Okay, I'm worried this is not unrecoverable. I don't want to say it. So we've seen a big comeback from TSM. I'm worried that all the things we were worried about, like all those kind of like, you know, what if they're tilted? What if they're struggling? What if they're just not into the game? What if they're looking cold? I think we're kind of seeing that. We're seeing what can happen when it goes wrong for TSM, and it's a real shame because they're such a good squad. Right. But again, this is taking nothing away from the Sentinels. Again, pacey piece from Sinatra. This guy on the entries is just unbearably good. Sinatra piercing through the site itself, taking down 2. The site's theirs. They just rolled it back. They just went, you know what? I'm just gonna flash in and go. And this utility usage is just so damn on point from him.
Sinatra's always done this throughout his career, at least the time I've had to watch him. He is the first one in, and sometimes the last man standing at the end of the fight, able to pop off as an individual, using the Phoenix so well, especially on bind. I feel like if you're looking at Sinatra, his Sova on Ascent is very fun to watch. His Phoenix on bind is my absolute favorite, though, even better than what he can do on Haven. And here's a ego peek as he gets the knife out for some quick movement. Sinatra with the punish, and that is a statement kill right there. You already had the round locked up here, I feel like, if you're the Sentinels, but just taking the 1v1 against Wardell, knowing he is there and winning the shot, that is a huge blow to the best player from TSM's confidence, and a big one for the Sentinels.
Oh, man. I don't know, how are you meant to slow down someone like Sinatra? They're using utility, but their economy's broke, so you can't do too much of that, right? They've had double ops and that worked, but you can't afford that. Their economy being broken has been the biggest gateway opening for Sinatra to run through them constantly. I want to see what he does this round. I just want to watch Sinatra. I want Sinatra cam at this point. They are on sheriffs, they're on a couple of, lighter weapons, but Dapper this time going to show up towards Hayes. Nice comfortable pick. Maybe Sabrosa can do something nice here. Good work with the old sheriff himself.
I love it. Dapper's just gifted a kill, pre-firing the corner. You know they're going to get aggressive, trying to peek, knowing they have weak weaponry. This is everything they could have asked for. Thought he had the kill. Sinatra will clean it up. Didn't take any damage, but Sabrosa has time and will find a headshot. Phantom in hand also has his ultimate with 3 smokes to go. So this is not over by any means, despite having weaker weapons. Sabrosa forced out, though. And now he's going to be pinched. Dapper able to get drone out of CT. Sabrosa surviving, at least for now. But the question is, how long? It's just going to be the one defender up against 4. Can he escape with the weapon? That would be a win in itself. And there's no way.
On the escape.
Yeah, I looked at the mini-map and I was like, it is red at every single direction he could potentially look at.
I hope he has used like through the TP maybe if he plays it late enough, but
Shazam's lurking here, and there he is. Second time in a row that he's going to be punished this time. So Rose is able to get an op out of it. And remember, the only round they did win for TSM was the double op round. Wardell with the full save should be able to op next. So this is where TSM is able to put one more on the board, but it's the last of the half.
I'm just happy to see an answer back to the op meta being in play. I love the way they're approaching these sites. I think, okay, let's roll our minds back to, the tournaments not too long ago, the like kind of mid, if you think about the first couple of tournaments and this being the last, the kind of middle area of NA tournaments, we were asking, come on, let's see that Breach in, let's see that Phoenix in, let's put these players, these agents back in the comps because we need those flashes, we need those, very talented entry fraggers like you have to be able to try and challenge these ops. And we're seeing it. We've seen that in absolute droves. Drone to go to try and get aggressive. I like this. A little bit of a switch up, but I think Dapper's read it. And he's going to get a little bit of info. Not too much, though. Again, it doesn't tell that much, but Sabrosa might feel better to be posted up here with this op now. Decide how he wants to play this out. Maybe a one and done. Pop down a smoke, fall away, find a new angle.
And I see a lot of people in chat giving a tough time to Hazed and Cutler for their low numbers in this matchup. The support players don't have the best kit, especially to deal with the aggression that is coming from the Sentinels. And if you look at just the overall numbers, Drone is sitting on, 4 kills at this point? This is a man who was your MVP throughout the quarters. So everyone on TSM is having a tough time. Yes, they're getting some kills off of Wardell. TSM is having a really tough go in this individual matchup. It's their second time that they've ever played the Sentinels in a competitive field. Sentinels, 36 seconds left here, Pansy. Now is go time. You gotta act. You gotta get this spike planted with at least 4 left on the clock.
Yeah, this 3-2 split. It's going to be hard if Wardell's able to keep it. No, there's the smoke going up, so instantly removes his vision. Sinatra's able to isolate Drone towards the site, forcing actually Wardell on the swing. That's where the aggression that this player, this man can have is great. Keeping the odds still pretty competitive. 10 seconds, ultimate's coming in. The plant's still safe, but now it might not be. Spike is down. Cutler's got Shazam, so this is still pretty good coming back in for TSM. This retake is not over yet. Dapper, Zoms, in a nice little crossfire, still complimentary towards the site, but they've been spotted now. The ultimates are being popped.
Cutler is able to rack up 2 so far this round as he stays alive on site. pulls out the dart and is ready to take on Sinatra. Sinatra by the port will finally be cleaned up. An end to his ridiculous run. And Cutler with a big round shows you that he's still got it in the tank. Can they keep it flowing, though, on the attack? Double ops, great on defense, way tougher against a squad like Sentinels on the attack.
This is a great game. I mean, I'm happy because I think we've finally seen a good answer. Oh, I was gonna say the double op meta. You can see the juggling. If you watch Sabrosa, he's probably juggling the Phantom and the op around, so you can have both. It's, you know, if you've got the money to afford both, why wouldn't you do it? Especially in a round like this, you can switch between the two. So Cutler, good little round from him there. Nicely played towards the site. Played patiently on the executions. Didn't overpush. Didn't lose players early. So well handled in the end. But let's see what the approach now is. You got a double stack towards Hookah for the defending side. Sabrosa with the op on the site. Shazam might have just spotted him with the drone there, so they know there's a couple of players here, but would they expect this double stack?
Let's see what's going to happen after contact. He flashes every time they pinch in. This time, no flash, able to get set up as drone goes for the early peek. Now walled up. They know Haze is close by. Well, the Sentinels just bail from the mid. There.
See how much utility they've drawn out from them, though. Look, they're making this costly. On the attack, they've shown a lot of presence. They did lose out on the player, of course, very unfortunate in that regard. But they have been able to draw away a good bit of utility. So if they try and re-aggress towards this on the attacking side, maybe not in the same location, but, you know, utilizing long a little bit, they're going to be working up against a team that doesn't have as much to give anymore, but they still have to get past those ops, which is the tricky part without the Phoenix.
Dapper taking his camera back, trying to gather some info, knows this room is clear. And they're just working this one. Sick was able to get the ult off, so Sinatra is brought back. No re-peek. Remember, Sinatra still has his full kit. Here comes the curveball. Fully blind Haze is able to stop him, and Drone is going to hold strong. Now, Zombs is able to find Haze and Sabrosa, so Operator down on the B site, but Drone finding his third. Dapper trying to make his way to the spike, and there's not going to be time. Drone coming alive with his fourth, almost out of the ace, but it's Cutler with the final kill on Shazam.
That was exactly what you needed there from Drone. That's give them a lifeline, and it's a thin one. It's a thin lifeline. 3 rounds is rough. It is very rough. However, we did see a couple of moments where, you know, the individual shone, but I've got to say, again, it feels like it's so dependent on those ops in play. I hate to keep talking about it because it's boring, but it's true. The economy was kept so quiet. Sentinels were very good at keeping TSM very humble on that. A couple of nice moments, though. I did like that kind of piece coming back in, that A-plant that came out from the Sentinels. This one right here. And then Wardell, little peek through the smoke, backs away, and you got Cutler then coming in as well. So it worked out really well in a couple of moments, but 3 rounds I don't think is enough here.
Oh, math has never been my strong suit, but the numbers are definitely adding up for the Sentinels. 9-3 again. It's TSM down. They were able to pull out some magic yesterday in their matchup against Envy. Will they be able to do it again? Couldn't get it done in map 1. It's all got to start here, and I love watching this guy, to be honest. When he is on, Sabrosa finds nothing but headshots. He has his weapon of choice here with the Ghost. And it is going to be a heavy 8 lean early 3-2 split, but down goes Drone is Sick, holding strong. The stage has been so powerful throughout group stages. Quiet yesterday, huge bind so far in this one.
Zoms, let's find Haze, but let's see where this ends up. You've got that kind of U-haul take, the lamps, whatever you want to call it. Zoms does get overwhelmed in the end, but Sinatra again, that frenzy is just filthy. Sabrosa and Wardell go down. Now Cutler left in towards, what, a 1v3? He's sitting on 35 HP. He's got to fight against Sick, and he doesn't win it. Instantly, this game gets tilted favorably towards the Sentinels. If you wanted TSM to do well, that pistol round had to be the starting blocks for them in this half. And to instantly be put on this back foot on the economy again is going to feel so hard.
They're 4 for 4. Sentinels, maybe the best pistol team in the game. Or maybe TSM is just really struggling on these rounds. I do not understand how. Again, the Frenzy gets the job done. If you look at the buy, it's going to be a Bulldog out for Shazam. Last time he had a Phantom, not enough kills. Pull it out. Zombs will have his Spectre, which he was so good with, on Ascent holding the A site. And some early aggression from Sinatra. He's going to flash Drone and then just make his way back to Hookah. Here come the shock darts. And of course, the recon arrow to spot things out over at Long B. Shazam is just waiting for a challenge. Peek me, bro. I got a Bulldog versus your pistol, and there's a 2-for-1 with a single burst.
Oh dear. Oh deary dear.
So we get done early today. All right, Lauren, let's make some dinner plans. Like, whew, this is going to be a fast series.
Have a nice evening. You know, it's not what I wanted for my birthday. I kind of wanted, you know, a little bit of a close game, but I'll take it. Maybe a new potential leader over in North America. I think a lot of people coming into this, especially if you're over on the Spike GG, a lot of the comments are saying, you know, this was potentially, you know, this could have been the grand finals. This could have been, you know, one of those big games. The way the groups panned out, that wasn't the case, but it's why we get excited by this, and we get so surprised to see TSM down on 3 rounds, especially after the Sentinels got pushed to their limits by Gen G on this map. So again, the mismatch clearly coming through, maybe that tilt off that first map, but we do see an aggressive beginning for Sinatra. Again, they're just running it out. They don't have the best weapons in this one. Sick tries to connect towards those lamps, that little U-Haul area. Spike gonna be planted, and at least the clock is ticking in favor towards TSM for now.
All right, a little aggression from Sabroz is going to find Zombs looking for a gun upgrade. 3v3. Drone with 2 flashes left. And they've given up 1 position. Drone trying to figure out, how can I best support Hayes here? Does he loop around? Or does he try and power through? Sabroza coming through short A should help him out. We've got to hold this off for about 20 more seconds. Here's the action in U-Haul's. Drone finds both out in the mid. It is going to be a clean one for TSM. Nice job by the attackers over at A. I expect them to lean back towards that direction, because Sinatra at Hookah will definitely cause some troubles.
Yeah, that was up against the lighter buy, bear in mind, so we've got to see, with only that player remaining, or those players remaining, the economy is still going to be a little bit rough here for TSM, so they're going to have to be careful on how they invest around this. You do have enough for the op, which is great. Drone's going to be pretty okay, but you still have that Bulldog coming in, probably going to be a little bit light in certain areas. No full armor for Sabroza. On the other side, they get a decent purchase back. Sick, of course, going to be down on the Bulldog, but at least has the full armor. So again, let's see what the attacking plan is here. It looks like early short B control being built with Sabroza and the Phoenix behind him. Maybe try and get towards Hookah a little bit, try and deny some of those information pieces that the defensive side would be looking for. And it is a full play stack towards B this time-ish. You've got that kind of floating Sage. I know Scream, I'm sure if a lot of people are watching it, Scream has that early slow orb he puts down towards A to feign presence and then stacks on B. Not the case this time. It looks like they're falling back to a more default, but by now, look at the attackers. They're looking towards A.
And they, of course, are always looking to work behind the operator. Wardell started off over at Showers, and he is going to finally be peeking out onto site. And just like that, it's going to be Wardell peeking with Cutler as Cutler finds 6. So the Sage is down for the Sentinels. Man advantage. Spike's going to be planted. And as I said, you're going to see Zombs with a nice peek from CT is able to get Cutler. Now he's making his way through U-Haul, and so Rosa will find him. Brim on brim action. Going in favor here of... Oh my goodness, I'm looking here, Lauren. I am so scared. Look at this mini-map. The pressure is coming in from defense. God. Just when I thought TSM had it, they are going to get pinched. Shazam with the big 2. Wardell's on the other side of the wall. He's got shock darts, but how long can he hold this?
One more. Oh, that's not bad. He's doing everything he can. Wardell is going to try and do whatever he can to try and get on this one, but he's got to be quick, and he can't do it. Sinatra denies, and you're right. That flood of players coming back in, and there's a party on his body right now, but that retake was just spot on, and you've got to feel for Wardell. How much more could he have done there? Ran through the shock darts, played the time as best he could, but the wall was in the way, and Shazam finding 2 on the retake just means that we are now on match point. It's not map point, it's match point, and this has been a dominant showing by the Sentinels, which is something I honestly didn't expect to say. I thought it was going to be a close, back and forth, you know, very scrappy, very, you know, heavyweight, pound for pound sort of fight. It actually hasn't been. The Sentinels have looked just substantially better.
I'll take it if I'm Sentinels. That's a pretty darn good day of work. TSM, I feel like this is a mismatch, to be honest. 3 maps they've played, every single one has been 13-4, 13-3, another 13-4 potentially here about to line up. As we take a look at the mini-map, it's going to be Hayes carrying the bomb as usual. This time working with Sabroza and Drone. And they have such weak weapons here for a final fight. What can you do with your Sheriffs? Now, Drone does have the ultimate, so I expect to run it back to potentially clear B bomb site. If he's able to get this duo of Sinatra and Shazam, they are definitely going to be in a great position.
I'm scared. When I see these two, once they realize it's basically all long, they've fallen away. They're not playing actively on the side. They might let the spike be planted. They might play retake. They're going to buy time for these rotations. They're holding towards the back halls here. Cutler's still keeping some presence, but not a great deal. And yeah, I'm waiting to see how much this damage comes through. Wardell posted up by Hookah. Here comes that retake. First and foremostly, it's Sinatra. And it's going to be Subrosa and Haze to fall accordingly. Zombs finds Wardell. Pocket, is this all over?
It's done. It's done. Unless some magic comes out of Drone right now. That was his last flash. The wall goes up just in time to make sure it's a 1v4. And he is going to get picked. So Cutler with the Sheriff and all of TSM's dreams. That is going to be it. Spike defused, and we give Sinatra a lot of credit for that last push. Again, it is set up by the utility, the equipment, the Hunter's Fury coming from Shazam right behind everyone else flooding, and a flash. Sentinels looking clean. They are dialed in, and they are headed as our